Hi, my name's Ian Marl, creator of ShutIt. In the last video we saw how to create a MySQL container using the ShutIt server, which we'd previously configured in a previous video. And you can see that it's still in that state. The build was done, MySQL was tested there and pushed, and the server itself is still waiting for a new input. So if I click on reset, we reset the server back to its original state, and the server there chugs away, eventually giving us back the terminal. Now in this there it is. In this video I'm going to show you how to build a Win2048 module, which is a bit more, slightly more sophisticated than the previous one in that it has dependencies. I've blogged about this technique here of effectively cheating at 2048 by staving state using Docker. Obviously there are easier ways to do it, simpler ways to do it by cheating, but by, for example, hacking the JavaScript. And I believe Android, I've learned since, has a practice mode, which I assume has some sort of backup functionality. But this obviously generalizes to any state, and it's a toy example to show how powerful the Docker concept can be. So on my blog, it's fishandsugs, wordpress.com, I go on about this technique, and you can see the evolution of my game and some of the techniques I use to escape tricky situations, and so on. Actually, this is as far as I got before I decided I had better things to do with my time. But I got the highest tile using this technique. So anyway, you want to build one of these containers to do this yourself. So all you do is you click on the Win2048 module, which comes with the library. And you can see that that's implicitly selected the VNC server for us. So let's have a look at what we can configure here. We don't need the advanced settings now, so let's just switch that off. And you can see that that's shaded out, this one, because there isn't actually any config beyond the advanced settings. So if we look at what the advanced settings are, these are sort of semi-internal settings for the ShutIt builder, which I won't go into here, but they could be useful later for more sophisticated use. However, the VNC settings, we can set the VNC password. So let's change that to something mycorp pass. So that's configured now. We're pretty much ready to go. Let's just check the repository settings are correct. No, they're not. So I'm going to set these to my personal settings. Okay, so I've set up my repository settings. I'm going to give this the name of Win2048. We're going to push it. I do need to remember to confirm that I'm doing repository work. That's an advanced setting, and then we're ready to go. So we kick off the build by clicking begin build, and off it goes. And this one takes longer to build because it contains within it Ubuntu desktop and VNC and the X server and so on. So I'll come back when that's finished building. And that's now done. So that's been pushed to the Docker server. Let's go and find it. There it is. Now I should be able to pull that down to my machine. And that eventually downloaded. Now to run this, we need to expose some ports so that we can VNC in. And to help you do this, the modules have typically have a run script, which is part of the create skeleton helper function, part of ShutIt. Now, if I cd to this module, you can see we have the basic Python file which defines the module, the build of the module. And over here we have a run.sh. Now the run.sh is an example run, and it shows you which ports to expose, environment variables to set, and start function to run. So if we try and kick that off, I need to sudo here. So it defaults to Win2048, but my username is imrwin248. And there we go. It's kicking off. So now we take the advice and view the application here. And you can see there we've got 2048 within VNC, within a Docker container. And we're ready to go. So following the instructions there and on the blog, you should be able to get to any point you like on Docker. Thank you very much.